everyone, my name is Nicolette Williams, and this is my PowerPoint presentation on self-leadership. Let's talk about why I took this course. Well, I took this course because, of course, it was required for business students. I didn't really think much about the course. I just thought, okay, this is just another course that I have to go through as a business student to gain knowledge. But then I essentially thought that I would just learn more about what I really need to learn in the workforce, as many college students think. Throughout this course, I really thought about it. I thought, what really makes a leader effective? Meanwhile, in this course, I've learned the necessary leadership qualities to become an effective leader. I am more emotionally intelligent, and I've learned that maintaining relationships in an organization is the key component to making an organization function in general. Let's talk about personal leadership and its evolution. Leaders who are mindful of their strengths and weaknesses are the most successful. A strong leader is self-assured. I think that self-awareness is the most important aspect or component of emotional intelligence. Self-awareness is a capacity to grasp, embrace, forgive, and transform oneself. With emotional intelligence, you have to know who you truly are from within. You have to know what makes you tick, what you're capable of doing, what you're not capable of doing, and what are your talents and what makes you you. You have to know that from within yourself. Let's talk a little bit about emotional intelligence. So the four components of emotional intelligence are self-motivation, which means you are in charge of yourself. If you have an assignment to do, you have to get up and go do it without anyone telling you. Self-awareness, which I just mentioned, is knowing who you are, being mindful of your strengths and weaknesses, and knowing your inner self. Self-manage is taking responsibility of the things that you have to do. You are in charge of yourself. You make your own rules and make your own decisions, whether those are ethical or unethical. And everyone's favorite, social skills. Social skills and, like I said, maintaining relationships go hand in hand. Social skills are important to any organization. According to Ordsman, about 67% of companies' success relies on emotional intelligence. With that being said, without emotional intelligence, an organization would not be able to function properly. Okay, servant leaders are good listeners who acknowledge that listening is an acquired experience that involves being open to what others say and as well displaying patience with acknowledging others' views. So with that being said, servant leaderships are very selfless. They dedicate themselves and devote themselves to their supporters and followers. They're willing to put others first before themselves. Situational leadership is probably my favorite style of leadership. According to Northouse, situational leadership is an approach to leadership that relies on circumstance. In an organization, you always have to be flexible. You always have to adapt because no one knows what's to come. For example, COVID. No one knows that COVID would have struck, but we all had to adapt. Transformational leadership. Transformational leadership is defined as a leadership that inspires, stimulates, motivates workers to become more creative. So, just like a butterfly, you have to transform and become the best you can be. Ethics. What does ethics really mean? Overall, ethics is concerned with the moral principle regarding good and bad, right and wrong. Everyone knows about ethics. So, according to Western Governors University, if a company isn't ethical, they will face a lot of dilemmas, probably a lot of lawsuits, because in order for a company to work, you have to be truthful. Customers is not going to want to work with anyone who isn't truthful. Okay, gender balance is detrimental. In today's society, we barely see it. We hardly see women in powerful roles. They leave women out sometimes, but gender balance, you have to focus on quality of a client or applicant, I should say, instead of the quantity. Cultural or organizational awareness. This term describes the different cultures someone brings. In other words, diversity. When diversity comes in the picture of an organization, it is vital that we have people from all different backgrounds to bring experiences in to the workplace. We don't want to have just one group of people. We need different group of people in order for the company to be more open-minded and have different ideas and new perspective of things. So for me, knowing to understand various leadership styles and when to use them is important in human resources. As a human resource professional, it is vital to be self-aware, empathetic, and adaptable, which I believe is my leadership style is a situational leadership. Throughout this class, I learned my dominant style of leadership, key skills I needed to improve them. With this leadership skills, I am equipped to become successful in human resources. And these are my references.